whiteout. Snow blurs boundaries, shifts our perception, covers irregularities, smooths a path.
Good evening. I'll just turn this music off. Hello, how are you all doing this evening? I hope you're well. Hello. Say hello in the chat if you're here so I know who's here, but nice to see you, even if you don't want to say hello. Well, we usually start these live streams with me talking about the weather outside, and what a grotty day, what a horrible day. If you can tell by my face, I look a little bit redder than usual, and the weather in Britain over the weekend was so nice. The weather was beautiful. It got nice sort of Friday midday. I went away for the weekend. I got home yesterday evening and the weather's been horrible ever since. Hello, Jace Free Chill Sounds. Hello. If you're wondering who the music was by at the start, let me turn on my window capture. That's who the music's by at the start. So if you want some copyright-free music for your Instagram, copyright-free music for your YouTube videos, then go check out Jay's Free Chill Sounds. She's in the chat. And subscribe. Oh, wrong one. Back to me. Yeah, so the weather's gone grotty here in Wales again, but it's supposed to get nice again, so hopefully in time for the weekend. But it was so warm. I was down in Dorset, or we were in Somerset, and then we went down to Dorset. And hello, Emma. Hello. I knew it was going to be warm, but when the weather forecasts say that it's warm in Britain, it's one of two things: disappointing, or like really, really hot. And there's no in between in Britain. Hello, John Collins. The problem is with Britain is that it doesn't cope very well with the heat, and the people who live there obviously don't cope very well with the heat either, and that's why I have like a slightly red face. But yeah, the weather was beautiful. It was beautiful. This is one of the photographs that we took on the weekend from down in Doodledore in Dorset. I don't want to like talk too much about it because we'll be releasing a video either on Friday or the Monday after. We haven't quite like figured out timings of things yet. But we went for a hike at sunrise to Doodledore. So we woke up. Oh, hello, Ken. What time did we wake up on Sunday morning? Was it like 4:30 or 4 o'clock? I know we started hiking about 5, and then we got to this sort of area about 5:30 then, and saw the sunrise in Doodledore, and then Emma and some of her friends went swimming in the ocean at like 6 o'clock in the morning, which I did not do. But yeah, more about the weekend coming out in a video. We woke up at 4 AM. There we go. It was so early I didn't even look at the clock. I just put clothes on and got in the car. Yeah, but it was very nice. Very beautiful. It kind of gave me the sort of Dorset coast, the Jurassic coast they call it. Gave me sort of Mediterranean vibes, very sort of Greek, Italian, that sort of coastline, like, because the weather was boiling and the ocean is sort of turquoise. I felt like we went abroad, I felt like we were literally abroad. So nice. But back to reality, eh? Back to the rain. So what we're going to do today, for you lot who haven't been into a live stream before, we're going to look at the travel news. We're then going to play some, GeoGuessr for a few minutes, because I know some of you enjoy it, and then we'll do our travel quiz. Yeah, that's it. So let's get into the news, I guess. Window capture. There we go. News. Right, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't had much time to research the news today. Work was a little bit manic. And then, work was manic. Then I got home. I had to take my partner to the chiropractor. Then I don't know. My local supermarket doesn't sell bananas or strawberries at the moment. What am I supposed to eat? But anyway, I went to the supermarket to see if they had bananas and strawberries, because they didn't have any when I went shopping on Thursday, and they still don't. And then I came home and I did the quiz quickly, and now we're here. So let's have a look at the travel news. I know that there's been an update to, not an update yet, but when the UK leaves the EU area, I guess, there's going to be a change to some travel things. I don't know, so you're learning with me. So here's that. So European travel post-Brexit, pets, passport, insurance and more. I read somewhere that apparently your insurance might not be valid and you might need a new passport. I don't understand that. With less than 6 months until the end of the UK's Brexit transition period, the government has launched a public information campaign to help travellers prepare for the changes. It's called the UK's New Start, Let's Get Going, with the campaign also running under the hashtag #CheckChangeGo. Will appear across numerous communication travels and will target UK citizens intending to travel to Europe from January 1st, 2021, the day after the transition period. It also addresses UK nationals living in the EU and EU, EEA or Swiss citizens living in the UK. They also whatever. So what will change on the 1st of January? During the transition period, which we are in at the moment, which lasts until the 31st of December 2020, we have travelled across Europe as normal, but new rules and changes are set to come in from the 1st of January 2021, where travel to EU countries plus Switzerland, Norway, Iceland and Liechtenstein will change for UK citizens as a result of the UK leaving the EU. The government has set up a page outlining these changes. It says the page will be updated if anything changes. It also allows you to sign up for email alerts for latest information. So the key points include passport, check yours is valid, and less than 10 years old. So at the moment, if you travel to an EU country, your passport needs to be valid for the duration of your stay. However, from the 1st of January 2021, your passport will need to have at least 6 months left on it and be less than 10 years old. So it's moving to be similar to other countries. Like when you go to Canada, you need at least 6 months on your passport. It's a little bit annoying because I had a passport that had like 5 months left on it and I had to change it for Canada, but there we go, it is what it is. I assume it's because you can't go into Canada for an unlimited amount of time, you can only stay there for 6 months. After that period, you wouldn't need a passport that's valid anyway. So if you go into Canada, you have at least as long as you're meant to be there with a valid passport. And I'm guessing it's similar things are coming in for us with the EU now. You need to look at your passport issue date and not its expiry date, as for countries within the EU, the crucial date will relate to when it was issued, and this date must be 9 years and 6 months ago or less. blah 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 blah. Visas, will you need one? Talking about visas, I released a video on Friday, which hasn't actually done that well, but it is what it is. Talking about visas. So if you want to know about visas and where you might need them and like loads of information about visas, I released a video on Friday. That's the thumbnail, talking all about them. So what are visas, why you need them, different types of visas, some of the countries that you need it. There's some really good resources about them in the description as well. So if you want to know more information about what countries need visas, all that resources is in the description as well. So if you're interested about visas, or you're going to a country that you think may need a visa, it's a really good video to watch, because visas, very overlooked part of travelling. A lot of people forget that you need to get visas. Like even the US and Canada for UK citizen holders, you need to have a sort of a visa. For the US, it's a visa waiver, but it's all, you know, a sort of visa. And I don't think a lot of people are sort of aware of it. So that's why I made that video. Like I said, it hasn't performed as well as usual videos have, but then it's a very sort of niche topic that for a lot of people who live in Britain, we tend to travel into Europe. We don't really need to know about visas, I guess. But if you're travelling outside of Europe, then it's something that you should research into just in case. Anyway, back to this. Yeah, ESTAs and ETAs. ETA is the Electronic Travel Authorization from Canada. Visa, will you need one? So this is back in relation with Brexit and us travelling into the EU. The government says you won't need a visa for short trips to the EU countries, Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway and Switzerland if you're travelling as a tourist. You'll be able to stay up to 90 days in any 180-day period. It adds you may need a visa or permit to stay longer, to work or to study or for business travel. Rules on travel to Ireland will not change, meaning you'll be able to work in Ireland the same way as before. European health insurance cards won't be valid from the 31st of December. So you really need to make sure that you get comprehensive travel insurance now when you're travelling into the EU, because the EHIC scheme covers pre-existing conditions while As a result of this change, travel insurance premiums may rise to cover an increase in the cost to travel providers. So because the EHIC scheme, or the free travel, the free medical help in EU countries is ending, you may see travel insurance go up. That said, the availability, scope and cost of travel insurance may still change as a result of coronavirus, which is something to sort of note as well, with any future outbreaks likely to limit the cover provided. Anyone buying insurance now or in the coming months should pay close attention to the terms and conditions of their policy. For example, while medical cover may be we can speak, it's fine. While medical cover may be provided for the cost of treating coronavirus while overseas, there may be exclusions relating to the cancellation or curtailment of a trip because of the pandemic. Anyway, driving, will I need a special licence? At the moment, to drive in Europe, you'll need a full UK driving licence. The government now says you may need extra documents from the 1st of January 2020. That may include an international driving permit. Mobile phones. At the moment we have EU roaming. Will that change? The guarantee of free mobile phone roaming through the EU, Iceland, Liechtenstein and Norway will end. At the moment there's no indications that phone companies are in a rush to change this. With EE as an example saying on its site, we don't have any plans to change the inclusive EU roaming you enjoy today. Know that the UK has left the EU, which is good news. Flights. What protections will I have? Travellers departing from EU or arriving at EU airports on flights operated by an EU airline also have certain welfare and compensation rights regarding delayed flights and flight cover under EU regulations. I made a video a few weeks ago that kind of discussed this. Depending on where you leave and where you arrive from, you have certain covers that help you. For example, if you take a domestic flight within America and it gets delayed or cancelled, they're under no obligation to do anything for you. Whereas if you get a flight that arrives or ends or is run by an EU country or EU-based company, then they have to help you in those situations. So if they cancel the flight, they have to sort of help you get onto another flight. If your flight is delayed, there's certain sort of fines, I guess, they pay to you. If your flight's cancelled and you get rebooked onto another one and it's kind of overnight, they put you up in a hotel, they give you food allowance, things like that. Your consumer rights will not change from the 1st of January. This means if your travel is cancelled or delayed, you may be able to claim a refund or compensation. Is there anything else that I should consider? Border control may feel a little different after January the 1st, 2021. According to the government, you may need to show a return or onward ticket, show you have enough money for your stay, use separate lanes from EU, EEA and Swiss citizens when queuing. Okay, that's that. Very interesting. Any questions? Worst thing to happen for travel, not going to be as easy after Brexit. Worst thing to happen to travel, I think, was coronavirus, Emma. I think it's just going to be a little bit more of a nuisance, but I don't think it's going to stop people from travelling into Europe. I'm still going to travel into Europe. I skimmed through that article very quickly, so if you want to, read it yourself later. If you want to read through that later, you can. Enjoy. Right. Next, quick one I'm going to go through. Belgium tells Leicester arrivals to quarantine. So basically, people who are from Leicester who are arriving into Belgium have been told that they have to quarantine when they arrive into Belgium. They've been put on a sort of red zone list because they're currently in their own sort of localised lockdown. So I think that's something we may see from other countries in the future, is rather than a whole country be sort of told that it has to be quarantined or anything like that, it may just be localised areas. So say for example, there was an outbreak in mid-Wales. Just because I'm from Wales doesn't necessarily mean that I need to quarantine to go into that country because I'm from an area in this hypothetical scenario that doesn't have many cases of coronavirus. So I may not need to quarantine, but somebody who's from mid-Wales, who in this hypothetical situation is in an area that has a sort of a local outbreak and is under sort of a temporary lockdown, may need to quarantine. I can see that go in the way of many more countries, if I'm honest, which I think is like a smart way to do it. Won't be as easy for people who want to go travel for a long period of time, i.e. a year abroad, yeah. If people wanted to travel through Europe for longer than 90 days, they'd have to get a visa. I don't know how easy those visas are going to get. See, the thing is, they may be really easy to get, like the ESTAs and the ETAs for Canada are really easy to get. To be fair though, those are valid for... years ago, Canada used to be able to go in there for 6 months. I don't know if it's the same now. I'm working on the assumption it is. And the US, it's 90 days. If you want to stay there for longer, then you have to get another visa. But I don't know if us being able to get like a prolonged stay visa for Europe's going to be easy. You know, maybe it's just like a simple click, tell us what you're doing, there we are, here's a visa. I don't know. Next one, coronavirus. Jet2 suspends all flights to Spain from Scotland. If you're not from the UK, you might not know, but a lot of the way that the UK government is going about doing things coming out of lockdown in regards to coronavirus and things like that, it's not the UK as a whole coming through and doing rules. Each individual country is making their own rules. For me personally, I'm finding it extremely confusing because I went from Wales into England this weekend and the rules are completely different. It was so weird going into England, seeing people going into pubs, and all the pubs are still closed in Wales. Hairdressers opened today. I think that pubs can open and restaurants for outdoors next week, and I think they can open for indoors in August. But it was just weird walking around, like seeing people doing things, living their normal lives, and then I come back to Wales and like half the shops are still closed. Jenkins still hasn't opened, which is a local bakery. Argos hasn't reopened yet. Loads of the charity shops still haven't reopened in like the town by us. And in England it was like, I don't know, party in the street, like. But yeah, so you may have seen in the news last week, the list came out for countries that we don't need to quarantine when we come back from into the UK. Well, Scotland have decided they've done their own list, and one of the countries that they've said that need to quarantine when you come back to the UK is Spain. Sorry, one of the countries that Scotland have said that you need to quarantine when you come back from into Scotland is Spain. And because of that, and because Jet2 and TUI don't want to send people on holidays and they've got to come back and quarantine, or they go to the holiday place and they've got to quarantine, they've decided just to scrap all the flights. I heard that Nicola Sturgeon, which is the lady who's in charge of Scotland, I guess, tell people not to go into England to take these flights. But if I'm honest, I wasn't sure if Wales was included on these quarantine list, because it wasn't really clear on what was going on, and it turns out we are. So we are allowed to go into these countries and come back and not quarantine. But if I found out that we weren't allowed to, I literally would have flown from Bristol, which is just over the English border, instead, and come back into England, and then I don't need a quarantine going from England back into Wales. So it's all very nice of her going, oh yeah, don't do this. But people are gonna do it. Like, people aren't daft, and if they want to go on holiday, they go in to go on holiday. Like, I wanted to go on holiday this weekend, so we went camping. People are gonna do what they gotta do to do what they want to do. Pub gardens are open today. There we go. That's in Wales. That's that. Bye. Don't need to read that. That was last week's. And I haven't watched this video, but it's called "How to Fly During the Global Pandemic." So if you're interested, we can play it. Jumping on a plane and going on holiday looks and feels very different to how it did at the start of 2020.
Key things to know when flying during a global pandemic. Do not fly if you have coronavirus symptoms or have had any in the last week. If you should be self-isolating because someone you live with has or has had symptoms recently, or if you've been in close contact with someone you know has had coronavirus. If that doesn't apply to you, then head to the airport. Don't go into the terminal unless you're a passenger or dropping off someone vulnerable. The fewer people around, the less the virus can spread. Social distancing rules still apply whether you're on the ground or at 40,000 feet, so keep your distance from others. Checking in online avoids unnecessary face-to-face contact. Putting bags in the hold and avoiding hand luggage can speed up boarding and disembarking, and there's less chance of the virus spreading. Don't walk around the airport if you don't need to. Clean your hands thoroughly after touching anything someone else may have touched, and wear a face covering. Granted, some people will simply not want to wear one. But worth checking with your airline about face coverings. Some may not let you fly without one. Oh, and if the police or border control or security ask you to remove your mask so they can ID you, then do as they say.
Cabin crew, please be seated.
In the air, keep wearing your face covering. Remain seated as much as possible, keep your distance, and tell the cabin crew if you feel ill. When you're coming into the UK, most of us will need to fill in a form giving details about where we've been. unless you've come from somewhere else in the UK, the Channel Islands, the Isle of Man or Ireland. If you don't, you may not be let in, and you could be fined up to £1,000. Leave the airport as quickly as possible, and then, depending where you've flown in from, you may need to put yourself in quarantine. Stay at home or in your hotel room for 2 weeks. Get everything delivered to you. No visitors. If you leave, you could be spreading coronavirus, and you could be fined as much as £1,000, which is a holiday expense no one wants.
Anyway, there's that. I thought it was interesting. Well, I didn't think it was interesting. I just told you I didn't watch it, but actually turned out it was interesting. So there we go. Yeah, so that's the news. Any comments? Anything to say? A lot of the news about travel this week was more to do with Brexit rather than coronavirus. Countries seem to be opening up again now. People seem to be travelling a little bit. I'd be interested in seeing what it's actually like to travel at the moment. So, not that I'm going to go anywhere soon, but like it'd be interesting to see. Yeah, like personally, like it's all very good watching videos and stuff, but I'd like to actually see what it's like. Who wants to play GeoGuessr? GeoGuessr. We'll do a super quick round of GeoGuessr like we normally do, and then we'll go on to the quiz. So if you want to play the quiz, make sure you got your pen and your paper ready for about 10 minutes time. Onto the window capture. So, ready? Let's get guessing, boys. So this is where it's dumped us off, in the middle of nowhere. What country do you think that is? Mediterranean. Oh, I don't know. That's made out of bamboo. So let me move this around so I can see your comments, just in case somebody does want to comment. So Caribbean. Who agrees with me on the Caribbean? Or sort of a South Pacific island, maybe. Greece? The thing is, though, like I thought Greece until I saw the because look, there's cacti over there. They don't have cactus in Greece, do they? Do you see all these plants up here? They're cactuses, aren't they? Cacti. I'm going to say no to Greece. Jamaica? Maybe. I'm just like nipping up the road quickly to see if you can see any signs. But they've like literally thrown us in the middle of nowhere. There's a sign with that. These look like quite American signs, don't they? So we think I'm going to say maybe Texas. But then the other buildings looked very. Look at that! How pretty is that? Arizona. Oh, maybe Arizona. I think Arizona's a good guess. Everybody happy with us guessing Arizona? Nevada. Yeah, maybe Nevada, Arizona. Look at that. So, Arizona or Nevada? What are we going for? I just realised I'm in the way of the map again. Sorry. Oh, I know, I just moved the whole window out the way. Daddy says Arizona. Okay. Daddy can talk in the chat. Oh, Daddy said Arizona. Emma said Nevada. Sorry. All I saw was Collins. What if I do it on the border between the two of them? Like here? Because there's like a mountains, but there, isn't there? Ready? It was in South America, in Colombia. Do you know what? We were on the right patch of land. Next. This looks Mediterranean, don't you think? Like Italy? Italy, Greece, that's right, yeah. Same thoughts. They got Peugeot 107. Is there writing on the bin? Just trying to find like something we're writing on so we can kind of like get what country it is maybe from the writing. Where did that van go? Okay, down the hill. Like there's nothing. Oh, they got shutters on their windows like they did in Italy, Emma. Are we happy to go with Italy? Even though I have not seen a single tiny bit of writing to confirm. What's that number plate? Oh, deny. The country that it is. They have them in Spain and the south of France as well. Mick thinks it's... Oh, there's a... What's that? Sign by the house. This sign. Oh. That looks like, check written. Upres. It's Croatian. We're in Croatia. And I don't know where in Croatia, so we're gonna go for there. Go. Oh, no, go. There we go. Croatia! Which is not that far really from Italy, so I think we did alright with the first guesses in Italy there. Next round. So this is round number 3. This looks tropical, don't you think? It looks like there's nothing around though. Let's go. Ooh. like, for some reason, my first thought is like Kenya or somewhere. I don't know why. I've never been to Kenya. First thought was Mexico. What's this? Brazil. It's Brazil. Because it's got .br on it. Right, Brazil is a massive country. If we could get like any closer than just like the whole country of Brazil. Let's have a look. That's their phone number. That's Spanish as well, isn't it? Right, I'm going for... Yeah, you were closer than me. Because I said a completely different continent. I'm just going to go for the centre of Brazil. There. Guess. We gotta wait 10 seconds. No. Continue the game. There we go, it was Brazil! Well done to us. Oh my gosh, what's this country? What are we thinking? It's throwing us in the middle of nowhere. Hello, Emma. What is that sign? Canada. No, this is like America, Grand Canyon area, is it? Or like Colorado or somewhere. Do you think? Yeah? What, you're enjoying my guess of Grand Canyon or Colorado? There's snow on the mountains as well. Northern Canada. But the sort of the layers of the rock remind me of photos that I've seen of the Grand Canyon. Do you see how the rock is kind of in different layers? Oh, we're coming up to vehicles. That was no use. They were not helpful. I'm going to go down the road a little bit further. If I see nothing else, I'm going to guess Grand Canyon area. Unless you can give me a convincing argument why I'm wrong. It's very pretty though, wherever it is. It makes me want to go there. Yes. Cool. We're going for... What did I say? Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon is in... I need to double check. Where is Grand Canyon?
Grand Canyon National Park is at 20 South Entrance.
Oh, don't give me an address. Yeah, it is in Colorado. And I'm gonna go here. Guess. It was in Argentina. We were wrong. Wrong. Last one. This looks like Holland. Look how flat it is. But that phone number looks like a Canadian phone number. An American phone number. And it's all in English. No other. Look how flat it is. Right. Patagonia. They speak other country. Look, Warspite access. Warspite access. This is it's just telling me that it's not a place, it's like I think the prairies in Canada have mainly we're catching up. That's a red number plate, so it might be the prairies. That might be an Alberta number plate. Ah, come on! Can't see. ABS Tanker Co. The Great Plains. Where are the Great Plains, Emma? Mississippi River. Okay, but what about this number plate thing, where the number plate's red? The east edge of the Rocky Mountains. Okay, Emma seems to be very confident about Mississippi. East end of Rocky Mountains. In the US and Canada. Right, here's the Rockies. Mississippi River tallgrass. Mississippi River tallgrass. Maps. It's done by Illinois. Illinois. Missouri. There. Go. It was actually in Alberta. Just north of Edmonton. I told you it was an Alberta plate. But anyway, there's that. Done. Big summary. The closest we got today was the Croatia one, and then we got Brazil as well. So good for us. Are you ready for the quiz? Quiz of the century. If you're new joining the live stream, I'm just about to start a quiz, a travel quiz. So basically how the rules are, I'll write them out as I'm talking though. So you'll see me twice on the screen possibly. So let me turn myself off the screen. So basically, if you're new in the chat, please do not write your answer in the chat. There we go. So basically, don't write your answer in the chat. Write it on a piece of paper. So we'll go through the quiz, then we'll come back to the answers, and you're free to write your answers in the chat when we come back to them, but not first. I'll go through the quiz. If you miss any questions, don't worry, tell me at the end and I'll go back through them, not a problem. Question 1, that's a flag of a country. What country is it? Let me know. Not in the chat, let me know later. Tell yourself on a piece of paper. So that flag is the flag of a country. What country is it the flag of? I give clues, don't I? It's in Europe. It's possibly a Mediterranean country. Let me Google it. It's considered a Mediterranean country, but doesn't border the Mediterranean Sea. So that's interesting, isn't it? Their culture and their people, so they live in a sort of a very Mediterranean way, but they don't actually border the Mediterranean Sea. Please don't write your answer in the chat. So if you're new to the live stream, don't write your answer in the chat. What we're doing is we're going through the questions first of all, so you can write it down on a piece of paper, and then when we come back through you can say the answers in the chat, then the second run through. But this first one is for everybody to have a go and see what we're doing, if you don't mind, but you're welcome to stay because we're only on question 1. Question 2 is, Wellington is the capital of which country? So what country is Wellington the capital of? It is in the southern hemisphere. If you know about films, Lord of the Rings, a lot of Lord of the Rings was filmed here. Trivia about this country. It's really beautiful. It's known for its mountains and for its rugby. Yeah. So Wellington is the capital of which country? Question 3. How many countries around the world have more than one capital city? So these capital cities may be used for different things. So they may use the one capital city for like head of can't say the word, head of politics, and then the other one might be like distribution capital or whatever. And there's a few countries around the world that this is the case. So is it 3 countries, 17 countries, or 35 countries that have more than one capital city? Question 4. So this spells out the name of a country. These emojis do. What is the name of the country that they spell out? So these emojis spell out the name of a country. What's the name of that country? The clue is that it's in the background of this picture. And let me see if I can get some... Seeing if I can get some trivia quickly. So apparently it's the wealthiest country in the world. It's the safest country in the world, but it's not very good for hikes. It says there are no trees. What? I don't believe that they have no trees. That's ridiculous. Safest country in the world. It says it's the safest country in the world, and then there's a picture of a tree. If we talk about natural disasters, not really good for hikers. There are no trees. So there are no forests, basically. This country, San Marino, Greenland and Oman are the only 4 territories in the world without forests. Didn't know Greenland didn't have forests. They have a giant teddy bear at the airport. That doesn't look like a teddy bear. Anyway, there's that. They have no trees. Or they do have trees because you can see them in that picture as well. Next. Which airport has been voted the best airport in the world for 8 years in a row? And there is a picture from the actual airport. Which airport, or if you don't know the name of the airport, that's fine. The name of the country that it's in is also acceptable and not that harsh. Like, to be fair, I didn't know the name of the country. No, I didn't know the name of the airport, sorry. So, which airport has been voted the best airport in the world for 8 years in a row? Question 6. What is the name of the tallest building in the world? It is in... Should I say what country it's in? Maybe I will. So the country that it's in is... Dubai. It's in United Arab Emirates, Dubai. But what is the name of the structure? Apparently the address is 1 Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Boulevard. And it's 828 metres. And it has 163 floors. Wow. So what's the name of the building? Question 7. That's in a country. What country is that from? What country is that photo from? If you know the town, then you don't get any bonus points, but good for you. But what country is that from? I don't feel like giving trivia away for that one. Shall I? Yeah, I will. It's in Europe. There we go. Question 8. This is the outline of a country. What country is it the outline of? Again, it's in Europe. These are very Europe-heavy questions, I feel like they are. They are known for their beaches and sunny weather. They are known for their food. And they're known for British people going there and partying too hard. This country is known for. So what country is that the outline of? Question 9. I'm going on holiday with an airline. What's the name of the airline I'm going on holiday with? My head is so big it covers some of the sign. Oh, I'm tired. So, I'm going on holiday somewhere. And my head is so big and the plane is so small that I've had to put my head out the window. And now I'm covering the sign. What's the name of the company airline? Question 10. What country is known for dishes including, and I'm not going to be very good at pronouncing these, sauerbraten, bratwurst, kartoffelkelflosse. You think that I would have deleted the harder ones to say sauerkraut and spatzel. I have a feeling the spatzel. There we go. Kartoffelklossi. I can say sauerkraut. So what country is known for dishes including sauerbraten, bratwurst, kartoffel, sauerkraut and spatzel? That was question 10, so that's the end of the quiz. Let me know if there are any other questions you'd like me to put back up on the screen for you if I've gone through them too fast, because I realised I did go through them quite quick. If you want help with this question, the countries in Europe, it is... You know, the way that the words are kind of pronounced or spelt kind of gives you like a hint of the country that it is, to be fair. With like the double dots on top of the A and stuff like that. Bratwurst, and the fact that I pronounced the W like a V, like Volkswagen, isn't it? Anyway, any questions you'd like me to put back on the screen, let me know now. Even when I start going through them, if you do want to see them back on the screen, I don't mind going back to them. That's not a problem. So, this flag, what country is it? It's Portugal. I really want to go to Portugal. I really want dinner. I am hungry. Anyway. Question 2. Wellington is the capital of which country? It is the capital of New Zealand. Another country I'd like to go to. But that one's going to be a little bit more expensive. 5. You want to see number 5? Okay, there's number 5. Which airport has been voted the best in the world for 8 years in a row? I think I will be going to bed early tonight, I tell you that for nothing. So, which airport has been voted the best in the world for 8 years in a row? I just realised that I completely switched off. I apologise. Question 3. How many countries around the world have more than one capital city? 3, 17 or 35? And the answer is 17. And in case you don't believe me, I've got a window capture up. Here we go. List of countries with multiple... let me move me back over. There we go. List of countries with multiple capitals. So Benin, Bolivia, Burundi, Chile, Ivory Coast, Czech Republic, Dominican Republic, Eswatini, Honduras, Malaysia, Montenegro, Netherlands. South Africa has 3, Sri Lanka, Tanzania, Western Sahara and Yemen. There's your 17 countries. Back to question. So that was that. Question 4. What is the name of this country? The name of the country is Qatar. Get it? Cat and an R. Qatar. 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 Terrible. Qatar. Question 5. Which airport has been voted the best in the world for 8 years in a row? And like I said, I don't mind if you said the name of the country. That's fine. The answer is Singapore Changi International Airport. So it's an airport in Singapore called Changi. And it looks beautiful. There is an airport. There's a little train on the side. I don't know if you can see. Question 6. What is the name of the tallest building in the world? And it is called the Burj Khalifa, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. I told you that it was in Dubai, though, so you don't get points for Dubai and United Arab Emirates. You get points for Burj Khalifa. Used to be an RAF base. I'm assuming you mean that airport. Question 7. What country is this? The answer is Greece. It's actually Santorini. Another very beautiful place I'd like to go to. Question 8. What is the name of this country? And this background picture, actually, let me show you this city a little bit more. Because I didn't know that this place existed, but look how beautiful that is. Anyway, this place is apparently in Spain. And this outline, wherever I put it, there we go. That's the outline of Spain. And that little knobbly bit at the bottom is the African coast. And then the little square part are the Canaries that are down on the West African coast. Question 9. I'm going on holiday. What's the name of the country? What's the name of the company that I'm flying with? It is United. Which is a US-based one. And question 10. What country is known for dishes including sauerbraten, bratwurst, kratoff el klossi, sauerkraut and spatzel? And the answer is Germany. Anyway, add up your scores, tell me how you did. And also tell me which one was the hardest question or the easiest question, or ones that you found, like, which ones you got wrong, if you got any wrong. Let me know in the chat. Very good. Yeah, I think the one that I would have probably found the hardest would have been this one maybe. And maybe that one. 9 out of 10! Woo! Very good. Can I guess that you got the Singapore airport wrong? 7 out of 10. Very good, Emma. Yes. 7 out of 10. Very good, John Collins. Yes. Very good scores. I thought that this one was going to be like, some of them are a little bit easier, but some of them I thought were a tad more difficult, but you all did like better than I thought you would, to be fair. Because I thought it's like some of them were a little bit mean. But there we go. Webcam. Hello. Very good. Which question did you find the hardest? No country outline. What do you mean no country outline? Country outline's there. A little bit hard to see, to be fair. Oh, you didn't guess what the country outline was. Okay. I got 1, 3 and 8 wrong. Oh, number 8 must have been hard then. 1. Portugal. 3. How many countries in the world have more than one capital city? Spain. I guess the map's a little bit blobby and it's not like what you're kind of used to seeing on a map, I guess, and it's like 3/4 see-through, to be fair. But yeah, very good. Well, I am happy for you all, and emojis in the chat for you all. I'll put. Can I put emojis in the chat? I can. There. Why aren't any of the emojis working? There we go. Emojis in the chat. Congratulations. Right, back onto me. Webcam. There we go. And it's not angled right. Oh well, that would be down to whoever made the PNG then, not me. I promise you. Of course it's not my fault. I am perfect. So before I go, I'd like to remind you of the new video that came out on Friday. It's the one... Actually, it's angled fine. There we go, see? Not my fault. So I would like to tell you about the new video that came out on Friday. I'll get the link for you if you want to go watch it. It hasn't had as much love as videos usually do, and like I said at the start, if you weren't here, I'll say it again. I know it's a very niche video and a niche topic that, you know, potentially a lot of people don't necessarily want to know about. But at the same time, I think it's an important topic to know about. So, if you'd like to go watch it and give it a thumbs up and, you know, leave a comment and stuff like that on it, that'd be super, because I did a lot of research on it, and some of the videos are harder to make and they don't do as well as usual, and that's the life of putting videos on YouTube, and it's fine, it is what it is. But if you got some time, go watch it, or even if you just go watch it on mute and write, I enjoyed, whatever. Or if you just click on it, let it play and press the thumbs up. Yeah, just yeah, I think it's something that gets overlooked, and I think it's something that people should potentially know more about, visas and things like that. So yeah, I think that's it for the live stream tonight. So what we will be doing later on in the week, there's no video tonight, I want to go push that video. On Wednesday there'll be an IGTV coming out on Instagram. Most of the time these link pretty decently onto Facebook, so if you do follow me on Facebook, they do post up there as well. But to be guaranteed to see it, you're better off going onto Instagram and follow me at awkwardlykimtravel. On Friday I'll be live streaming and there'll be a new video coming out. I would like to know whether you would like to see the video of me talking about things that you need to consider when you travel as we're coming out of lockdown, or the vlog. Would you prefer to see the vlog of me going camping in Cheddar and walking up the side of the mountain at sunrise to see Doodle Door? Or would you prefer to see a video about things to consider when you're travelling post-lockdown? If you don't want to comment here, that's fine. Just message me what you think, and video that gets the most votes wins, I guess, when it comes out Friday. What else am I doing in the week? We'll be live streaming on Friday again. I'm wondering as well, another thing I'm wondering, is Monday and Friday the best day for videos / live streams to happen? I want to know whether they are convenient or whether there are better times for me to do these live streams that would be better suited for the people who watch my live streams. again, if you don't want to comment in the chat, let me know in message me or whatever on Instagram. That's my Instagram handle. You don't mind, very good. I think that's it for the live stream. I'm gonna stop talking now because I'm gonna go start making dinner, and I am gonna have pasta bake for dinner. I hope that you have something that's equally as tasty. And what are we doing after that? I'm having dinner. I probably go to bed if I'm honest. It's what happens when you wake up at 4 in the morning on a Sunday to go climb a mountain. To be fair, like, look at the photo. The view is worth it. Like, you know, it's outstanding. It's one of those, like, almost once in a lifetime experiences. Like, what's the odds you going down there and the sunrise being so beautiful and the ocean being so blue and the weather just being perfect? So it's worth it. It's just, it's the day after and I'm still knackered. But I hope you enjoyed the live stream. Congratulations to Jay's Free Chill Sound, who won. Very good. Congrats. And I'll put myself back on the screen to say goodbye. I hope you all have a good week, and I'll see you on Friday. And don't forget to go watch that video, if you don't mind. Very good. Have a good night. Bye! How do I turn this live stream off? Like that. Good night.